I want you to take that shit. I want you to stand on it like I stood on it. I want you to stand on it. To stand on that shit. Stand on that shit. Stand on it all the way, man. Stand on that shit all the way. Stand on it all the way. And I want you to be right there. I want you to go back there and help her. I want you to help her, even though she you over. Help her. Help her. Because that's what you're doing. Go look up narcissistic shit, man. Go look up that shit and you'll see they always have they little, what they call them.
The streets of Atlanta were buzzing after Lil Scrappy's long-anticipated DNA results finally dropped. After months of speculation, emotional interviews, and cryptic Instagram posts, the truth had come out, and it sent shockwaves through the love and hip-hop community. While fans and cast members alike reeled from the unexpected twist, one person's reaction stood out above the rest: Erica Pinkett. Known for her no-nonsense demeanor and unapologetic presence on the show, Erica had remained suspiciously quiet in the days leading up to the DNA reveal. Her name had been loosely attached to the drama behind the scenes, with insiders hinting that she had information she wasn't ready to release. Now, with the results confirmed, Scrappy was not the father of a child whose paternity had caused months of tension. Erica's silence ended in dramatic fashion. She posted a cryptic message on her Instagram story just hours after the episode aired. A black screen with the words, "Told y'all, but don't listen to the truth until the lie falls apart." Fans immediately began dissecting her words. Some suggested she had warned Scrappy from the beginning that the situation didn't add up. Others theorized that Erica had been privy to private conversations or off-camera confessions, possibly involving the child's mother, that made her message even more pointed. But the rumor mill didn't stop there. Sources close to production claimed that Erica had been approached to film a follow-up scene reacting to the results but declined unless she could speak freely and unedited. That demand reportedly caused friction with producers, who feared what Erica might reveal if given a platform without boundaries. One insider even alleged that Erica had receipts, text messages and voice notes that contradicted public narratives and showed several cast members had known the truth for weeks, yet played along for storyline purposes. Further stirring the pot, a hairstylist who worked on the latest reunion episode claimed Erica had confronted a key female cast member backstage. Although no cameras were present, the confrontation allegedly turned heated, with Erica accusing the woman of playing the victim for sympathy and ruining lives for airtime. While no punches were thrown, security was reportedly alerted, and Erica was asked to leave the premises shortly after. Though she has yet to sit down for an official interview about her response, Erica's subtle shade and refusal to follow the show's typical script have only fueled curiosity. Fans have been calling for a tell-all, with many begging Erica to go live or spill the tea on her own terms. As of now, she's kept her cards close to her chest, but her few carefully chosen words have set off an avalanche of speculation. Whether she was simply vindicated by the DNA results or knows far more than she's letting on, one thing is clear: Erica Pinkett's reaction was more than a casual comment. It was a calculated, simmering reminder that in the world of love and hip-hop, the truth doesn't always come with a camera angle. The late afternoon sun cast a golden haze over Atlanta as the city buzzed with gossip, social media posts, and whispers in salons and lounges. Erica Pinkett had been unusually quiet since the DNA results were revealed, but anyone who knew her well understood that silence from her was never the end. It was the calm before a storm. Earlier that week, Scrappy had publicly released the DNA test results, confirming he was not the father of Erica Pinkett's child. The announcement was abrupt, delivered in a cold statement on Instagram Live, with Bambi sitting stone-faced in the background. He claimed he had been pressured into doubt but felt relieved the results aligned with his truth. It was a moment that should have offered closure. Instead, it reopened old wounds and ignited new fires. Erica Pinkett hadn't held back out of guilt. She had expected the result all along. What she hadn't expected was the way Scrappy framed it, the implication that she had tried to trap him, that she had somehow fabricated a reality around their situation. That was what truly enraged her. She hadn't asked for the test out of confusion. She had demanded it because Scrappy had been entertaining narratives behind her back, casting doubt on her character and allowing people to weaponize the unknown against her. While Atlanta dissected every screenshot and clip, Erica prepared her response. Not online, not through a rant, but face-to-face. She called up Erica Dixon, someone who had navigated Scrappy's inconsistencies before. Erica Dixon had dealt with her own battles involving Scrappy and their daughter Imani, and she knew better than most how public perception could twist the truth. She agreed to meet up immediately, knowing this moment needed real ears, not followers. They met at a quiet lounge tucked away from the chaos of the city. Erica Pinkett was dressed sharply, radiating poise, but her eyes revealed the storm churning beneath the surface. She didn't need validation from the DNA test. She needed accountability for the way she had been used as a storyline. With each sip of wine in exchange with Erica Dixon, she peeled back the layers of betrayal, disgusted not just by Scrappy's behavior, but by Bambi's aggressive defense of it. What angered Erica Pinkett most wasn't the test. It was how quickly the narrative had shifted to villainize her. She had never claimed the child was his definitively. She had only asked for clarity. Yet the moment the results favored him, he celebrated publicly as if he had narrowly escaped some kind of scandalous plot. He weaponized the truth and turned it into entertainment. Across town, Bambi was fuming in her own right. To her, the DNA test had been proof that Erica Pinkett was another opportunist dragging Scrappy's name for relevance. But beneath her frustration there was fear. The test may have cleared Scrappy in this case, but it didn't erase the fact that she hadn't known about the encounter in the first place. That secrecy, that lapse in communication was what truly disturbed her. The marriage was already fragile. This ordeal had only deepened the cracks. Meanwhile, Mama D, the ever-opinionated matriarch, watched from a distance. She had always had mixed feelings about Bambi. While she had welcomed her into the royal court begrudgingly, she never fully trusted her intentions. But even she couldn't defend Scrappy's behavior this time. She had raised him better. The man she raised knew better than to pit women against each other, to leave unanswered questions hanging in the air like smoke. Mama D, ever theatrical but often insightful, decided it was time to intervene, not to defend Scrappy, but to restore a shred of dignity to the mess he had created. As Erica Pinkett wrapped up her conversation with Erica Dixon, Mama D arrived uninvited. She hadn't come to scold or stir drama. She came to listen. For once, she agreed with Erica Pinkett. Scrappy had mishandled the situation from start to finish, and the real damage wasn't the result, it was the fallout, the public spectacle, the emotional trauma, the finger-pointing. What none of them expected was the appearance of Bambi shortly after. She had followed Mama D's location, unwilling to let the conversation happen without her input. She entered tense, defensive, and ready to confront what she believed was another round of Erica Pinkett exploiting her marriage. But what she walked into was something else entirely. The conversation wasn't rooted in bitterness. It was rooted in exhaustion. All the women in the room, Erica Pinkett, Erica Dixon, and even Mama D, were tired of being manipulated by one man's inability to be transparent. They were tired of the cycles, the rebranding of lies, and the gaslighting that made women turn on each other, while the common denominator remained unchanged. But the true reckoning didn't come from any of the adults. It came from Imani, Erica Dixon's daughter, who had quietly arrived after hearing murmurs of the meetup. She stood among them not as a child, but as a young woman shaped by years of public and private dysfunction. Her words weren't loud, but they carried the weight of a decade of watching the women in her life battle over a man who never stayed still long enough to be held accountable. Imani didn't need to say much. Her presence alone was a reminder that actions have ripple effects, that the instability between Scrappy and every woman he entangled himself with had consequences beyond social media headlines. The hurt traveled, passed down through eye rolls, silence, and awkward handoffs between houses. Her message was simple: do better, be better. Let this be the last time a man's lack of honesty becomes everyone else's burden. In that moment, the air shifted. There were no more raised voices, no passive-aggressive jabs. Just a collective realization that they had all been pulled into the same gravitational pull and finally needed to break free. Erica Pinkett left the lounge with her head high, not because she had been vindicated by a piece of paper, but because she had stood in her truth and refused to be cast as a cautionary tale. Bambi returned home that night with more questions than answers, no longer sure if her marriage was grounded in love or just survival. Mama D quietly planned a family sit-down, not for TV, not for spectacle, but for healing. And Erica Dixon, tired but proud, walked away knowing she had raised a daughter who could see through it all. As for Scrappy, the world would have to wait and see whether he'd finally face the storm he created, or keep running from the rain.